Talk about Mexican Independence Day. We could call this Teddy Atlas here in Las Vegas, Nevada. You heard from the champ himself.
Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of The Fighter's Voice, the only voice that matters. And like our guest today, Joe Sofia, we're simply knocking out the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is 22 years old in the featherweight division. 2 wins, 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He just signed with Fight Book, Mark Habibi. And when you sign with Mark Habibi and you're with Fight Book, sky is the limit. His next fight's going to take place. It was just announced today, Long Beach, California, November. I believe it's 25th. Correct me if I'm wrong.
21st November.
The 23rd. Okay. Hey.
Sorry, 21st.
The 21st.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
21st then. Ladies and gentlemen, enough said. Our guest on the show, a.k.a. JJ. Welcome to The Fighter's Voice, my man.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. I appreciate it.
You know what? Whenever I see a fighter with a certain glow, a certain excitement about being on the show, about signing a deal, turning professional, that shows me that it has a lot of passion, which comes when you have passion, you have desire, you have that corazon, you have that it factor about you. And you got to face other opponents that have the same corazon and it factor as well. But when you're on The Fighter's Voice, my man, you're blessed and your career is taken off. Talk to us about why the sport of boxing. I did my research. You were very athletic in high school, but you chose boxing. Why the sport of boxing?
Yes, sir. So my whole life, I always grew up playing soccer. You know, that was always my thing. Was soccer player, club, nationally ranked soccer. But for me, when you start aging a little bit. So, I started getting into high school, just getting a little bit older. You hear a lot of people talking. A lot of people always, trying to push you. And me, I'm not the biggest guy. I'm 5'8", walking around, 135, 140, not the biggest guy. And so people always want to push you a little bit. So for me, my dad, my family, they always said, "Oh, you should try boxing. You should try how to learn how to defend yourself." And I was like, I think that's a good idea. Might come in handy. So, one day during the pandemic, went to the boxing gym and kind of just naturally just had a nice little talent for it immediately. Started sparring my first week and was like, wait, actually, I think I like punching people in the face.
There you go.
Not too bad.
So I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to bring it back a little bit. When you played soccer, what number did you wear?
I was number 7.
Number 7.
Yeah, just
who was your biggest
Cristiano.
There you go. I was about to ask you, who's your biggest influence in soccer?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was always all into the Spanish soccer league, so I was watching Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, back in the 2000, 10 and on. So I was always super into it.
Well, I mean, you're very athletic. It would have been boxing or wrestling or possibly cross country. I believe anything you would have put your mind to it, because you have the athleticism, and once you're got that God-given talent, sky's the limit. How many amateur fights did you have before you turned professional? And talk to us about your very first amateur fight.
Yeah, so I think I had just about, I want to say maybe a little more than roughly 50 amateur fights. My first amateur fight, I fought out in Las Vegas at one of the regional tournaments.
Yeah.
And for me, I was only training for about 9 months, and I was like, I kept telling my dad, hey, I'm doing well in the gym, going out to other places, sparring guys who had 50 fights already, and hanging in there. Obviously, I could, if I wasn't in my head when I first started, I was like, if I'm not getting knocked out by these guys who have been in boxing since they were 5 years old, and I'm giving them good work, I think that's a sign to keep pushing it. And so my first amateur fight, I was super nervous, and there was actually some bouts that got canceled right before the fight. So I hadn't warmed up, was just getting my boots on, and all I hear on the speaker is, "Oh, enter the ring, Joseph SUBIA." And so no warm up, just got my gloves on, hopped in the ring. But my first amateur fight went really well. I fought an opponent who had 4 fights. It was my first fight, and I actually got the second round TKO in my amateur debut. So for me, I was super nervous, really butterflies, noodle legs, but that nervous energy definitely translated into a good performance.
What did it take for the nervousness to go away? The sound of the bow, to get hit, or or for you to hit your opponent, or the minute you stepped in the ring, it kind of went away? Because I know every fighter has butterflies, but butterflies slash the excitement to compete.
Yeah, yeah. For me, I think it was just right when I hear that bell go off. For me, it was very just soothing. The kind of the noise, the crowd kind of just went quiet. And for me, I love boxing. I love to train. I think it's a science, and so right when I heard that bell ring, just time to focus, time to put my skills on display.
Okay, we got 50 amateur fights. What was your overall record in the amateurs? And how long did you compete in amateurs? Was it a year, 2 years, or were you busy every weekend? Talk to us about your amateur career.
Yeah, so I want to say my first fight was, I want to say 3, 4 years ago. And
Okay.
then within those 3, 4 years, yeah, I was trying to stay as active as possible. So within my first year of competing, I think I racked up about 16, 20 amateur fights in my first year. In my head, I was like, oh, I started late, started at 17, started competing at 18 years old. Um, and hey, I need to keep the ball rolling. I need to go, 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 go. Started late, so got to play catch up now. And within my amateur career, I was fighting seemingly almost every weekend or every month, twice, twice, 3 times, 4 times a
Yeah.
month. Again, yeah, as many tournaments as I could go to. Yeah, and racked up a bunch of fights in a really short span.
So when they introduced you, they said fighting out of, where's your hometown at? Where are you from?
So I'm from the Central Coast in SLO County. Grew up in Atascadero, California, and Paso Robles, California.
When did you know, or your father, or whoever was handling you at the time, when did you know what? Hey, let's take that step. Let's become a professional. And who and tell us, what was that conversation like when you sat down and you accepted, or it was proposed to you? Tell us about that discussion.
Yeah, so as I kept racking up my fights, I think my dad especially, he's number one. He's in my corner, always supporting me, especially when he sees me, drive and push for something so intensely. Very disciplined athlete, and I started sparring with these top professionals that he's watching on TV every other month, and he's thinking to himself, okay, well, if he can hang in the ring with these top guys. I went to camp with Dennis Berenchek in his camp with Keyshawn,
Okay.
and was his main sparring partner. And my dad, he's in my corner. He's there for each session, and I think he liked what he saw when I was in that camp, especially. He saw all of the every round, every minute, and that gave him a lot more confidence. If I can hop in there with a world champion, and you if you were to watch the sparring, you'd think, oh, this guy's probably 15, 20 and 0 as a pro, and I hadn't even had my professional debut yet. So that camp in itself definitely pushed him and gave him more confidence in me to say, hey, I think we should take this next step and turn professional.
So the sparring was the incentive, and your dad noticed the talent, and you were able not just to hang in there, but hold your own, and even show your dad that you are ready for that next level. And he looked at the big picture. When did you say, okay, you guys made the discussion, you agreed to turn pro because of your dad's evaluation? After that conversation, when did that first professional bout take place? How,
So
how,
right,
how far after?
I want to say maybe 7 months. 7 months.
Okay,
So I
that's a good time frame.
yeah, 7 months I would say roughly, more or less, more or less.
Okay, the fight is set. Your professional debut. What was it like? There's no headgear, of course,
Oh yeah.
and knowing that, hey, this is it. This is where all the marbles. The gloves are smaller, no headgear. It's
Yeah.
what does Nate Diaz say? Kill or be killed. And what was it like entering the ring the very first time as a professional?
Yeah, my professional debut, definitely an experience that I won't forget. It felt
So talk
almost
to us.
like the
Tell us
first.
why is that? Let us know.
Yeah, so for me, I had 50 plus amateur fights in a short span, but it felt like my first amateur fight all over again. The butterflies, the lights, the cameras, getting your gloves taped on with no headgear in the back room, and you're feeling those little gloves, 8 ounces, horsehair gloves. It's like, oh, this is getting real. Um, but the energy, the people was the main thing for me. walking out, hearing the music, seeing all the lights and the cameras all over you. It was definitely surreal. And then from going into the ring, you see your family in the crowd, your friends in the crowd, everybody screaming your name. So it's just a roller coaster of emotions, being super nervous to, oh, I'm ready to show out. And for me,
Yeah.
I am super excited. I was just grateful for the opportunity to put on and make a name for myself. That was the main thing for me. Is like, hey, I've been waiting 7 months for this fight. Now I finally got it. Time to show out.
Talk to us about the discussion. Hey, dad, trainer, what am I going to wear? What colors did you wear? And what discussion did you have on choosing out your first boxing trunks and your attire? And what song did you walk out to?
So for me, I like to be flashy. I like to be flashy. I like the bright colors. Here in my gym, we love pink, right? We love pink. I always think if anybody's wearing some bright pink, it always stands out. So we rock the bright pink tassels with a little trim of black. That was just for me. I like to be a little extra. I like to stand out, so we
Okay.
chose that. And we actually, I think my for my debut, we chose a song from Shoreline Mafia, but it's just it's a LA song. But right when it went on, everybody in the crowd started to dance, starting to jump up and down. It was more of a crowd pleaser for sure, just to get everybody amped up, getting dancing in the move, in the groove. And that's how I fight too. I'm always in a nice rhythm, just flowing, flowing, flowing. So I think that energy was just unmatched.
What would you say your style's like? Are you right-handed, southpaw, conventional, counterpuncher, pressure fighter? You like to cut the ring off? How would you describe your style?
I'm a orthodox fighter,
Okay.
but I think man, for me, I love the pressure. I loved it, but I also think I can counterpunch. And so just kind of walking somebody down, trying to bring the action, is definitely my strong point, I would say. Just combination punching, but also counters. And I think I had the pro style. That was what showed in the amateurs. Um, I could sit down on a punch, I could hurt people, and just a flash. So in the pros, it translates really well. I don't have to worry about slapping punches, trying to get in and get out. No, I could perform, try to hurt somebody, and give the fans a good show.
I know the fight, of course, is differently from the amateurs. I mean, from the amateurs to the pros. Did your training technique change at all leading up to it? I mean, because before you would help other guys spar. Now guys came into your camp to help you get ready for your professional fight.
Yeah.
What was that transition like?
Um, for me, I think it was definitely just to up on my cardio. So we're up in the sprints, we're up in the weights, we're trying to sit down on our punches even more. But for me, thankfully, I already had that power from the amateurs, and so to just kind of hone in on sitting down, trying to torque our punches, trying to give just a little extra push to hurt somebody, um, it translated perfect. And so far right now, it's going well too. We'll focus just on trying to really turn our punches over and hurt these guys.
You got your first professional fight. You win by stoppage in the second round. What was that drive home like? What was that next week like? What was that next day like? Were you just capturing the moment, feeling good, knowing what, I'm a professional. I made my debut. I won by knockout. There's that proud moment, but you also know you got to put the work in. But what was it like? Was it pretty rewarding? I know what it feels like, but let the fans, the viewers, and the followers know exactly what was going through your blood, in your mind.
Yeah, so for me, it was definitely, right when I'm walking back to the hotel room that night, I'm just ecstatic. It's just so happy, all the training, all the blood, the sweat, the tears, for years of work, it finally paid off. But I also know, and I'm glad I have a good corner behind me because they'll tell you, right when you're like, oh, you're feeling like the man, no, they humble you real quick. So I was right back in the gym Monday, right back to getting my miles in the morning, doing double workouts. So right back to training because that's the one thing about boxing is you just got to do it again and again and again. So it was a celebration for the weekend for sure, but then right back in the gym Monday, right back to work.
So you guys got the victory. How long ago? I mean, how long after was your second professional fight?
So my second fight, it was actually within I think just about 1 month. So I fought July
Keep me
12th
busy.
and I fought August 16th, my second fight.
Where did you make your debut at? What town? What company or who was it? Who was the promotion then? How
For
did you
my
get on that
debut,
card?
I was my dad he was setting it up. He was my manager back for my first fight, and so it was self-managed, just us going on with it, going with the flow. And I actually was posting on Instagram promoting
Nice.
myself. And so one of the days, the promoter Frankie with All Star Boxing, she hit up my dad and I,
Okay.
and she's like, "Oh yeah, do you want to get on this card? No, we're looking for your pro debut." And I'm like, "Hey, yeah, yeah." And then she was super smooth to work with, and so we got that fight going July 12th. It was actually supposed to be happening in June, but it got canceled due to the protests in LA.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got to be safe out there too, especially when all that stuff's going on. So
Of
now you
course.
have your second professional fight. You win by knockout. What round did you win in? Was it a TKO or just a flat out knockout?
Flat out knockout in the first round.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, you want to get some rounds in, but you don't get paid to work overtime. You take care of business when it's there.
Yes, sir. Exactly. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. You got to get it out there.
So you're 2-0, two knockouts. How did you come across with Mark Habibi? I mean, did he contact you? Did the promoter know you? Did he take a look at you? And when he first contacted you, what was that conversation like? And how did you know this is the person that's going to take me to the top? What stood
Yeah,
out
man.
about him?
Oh, definitely with Mark. Super cool guy, super down to earth guy. We met at the weigh-ins for my first fight actually, and it was just one of those relationships where is no, it just kind of skipped everything. It was a natural flow, natural energy, and
Yeah.
it felt almost like a friend type of relationship where I thought to myself, hey man, I could definitely see this guy being with my team and working together. Wasn't a hassle, wasn't any weird energy. Just could really feel the flow with us in our first conversations. And yeah, so right after I met him at the weigh-ins, he reached out to me and said, "Oh, you want to fight on my Santa Monica card, which was the Butterfly Brawl, August 16th."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh yeah, of course." And so working with him throughout that event as well, man, it was super easy, super smooth, helpful, accommodating. This guy's a real businessman, and so the decision for me was pretty easy compared to other people who were just kind of flaky, not really pushing for anything. He's super down to business as I am with my team as well. So we were like, yeah, no, this is definitely the right move. Yeah, so we took that step this past week.
So you're signed with him as the promotions, or is he your manager? Is he your agent? Is he your advisor? What professional capacity is his role in your career?
Yeah, so I signed with Mark as my manager. So I'm now signed with Mark Abibi and Wise Owl Boxing. And
Okay,
Fight Book is just an added plus, I would say.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking you questions I already know, but I want you to tell the story. You're the storyteller right here. You're the author and the finisher of your own journey. Of course, God handles everything. Of course. I just wanted to hear it from you. So, when is your next fight? Is there anything signed? I mean, we talked about it, but we talked about it tentatively. We gave a date, and when did you get the call?
Yeah, so I got the call just last week. Mark's hitting me up saying, "Do you want to get this fight on the end of November, 21st, 22nd?" The date was still being finalized last week. And of
Right.
course, for me, I'm just waiting on that call. I could take a fight
There
on
you
a
go.
week's notice. I'm staying in shape, staying
There
in the
you go.
gym, trying to take out all these guys. So yeah, right when we hear an opportunity comes up, we're ready to go. There's no days off in boxing. This is a all year round sport, so we're ready to go at a moment's notice.
Can you tell us, give us a hint, man? What song are you going to be coming out with, and what flash are you going to be? What drip are you going to be coming in with?
Oh man, for this next event, I'm I think I'm probably trying to drip out with some bright purple, maybe some shiny stuff like some something that Shakur came out to similar.
Okay, little patent
And the
leather. Yeah.
song, I think we're still gonna have to wait and find out come the week of. We'll
Yeah.
drop that a little later on, but right now we're still
Okay.
looking.
Okay.
Definitely something that's crowd pleasing though. We'd love to see everybody get hyped up just as much as I am.
Absolutely, man. I mean, you got to grab their attention, and the rest is up to you once that first bell rings. I'm looking in the background there. I see a belt. I see a strap right there. I mean, you want to talk to us about that belt behind you? What is
Yeah,
it from? And was it from the amateur days, or talk to us
yeah.
about that?
So this belt right here is actually this is actually my sister's.
Okay.
Yeah, so me and my family, I have myself 50 amateur fights plus my brother who's 19 years old. He is also open. He has 16, 18 amateur fights, state champion in California, and then my sister just actually had her first amateur fight and got the win. I think this past September. This is her. This is all her right now.
Well,
So
Mr.
boxing.
Subia, you didn't tell me this part of the story that the whole familia gets down.
Yeah, man. I sometimes I honestly I kind of forget myself. But yeah, so me and my siblings, we're all my sister. She's 23. I'm 22 years old, and I have a younger brother as well. He's no, he just turned 20 years old. So we're all pretty
Okay,
close in age. We all spar with each other in the
there you go.
gym, push each other, and yeah. So I kind of got the ball rolling for us, but then they're picking it up too, getting it going.
Man, that will be one heck of a conversation during on the dinner table. Especially fight week when the boxing is coming up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fight week too, everybody's cutting weight, it gets a little extra
Yeah.
grumpy, so the tension is definitely high, but gotta love it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it pays off, and that's the reward. Once you get that victory, or once you're out there to display your talent, and exactly, the journey that you're chasing. I know Mark. I know who Mark is. I know the way he operates. I believe that you're truly in good hands. If he's invested in you, when I say invested, taking the time, it's because he believes in you. And Mark's athletes. One day they'll be fighting just a regular fight. The next day they'll be fighting on the undercard of Canelo Bud Crawford.
Yes,
Brandon
sir.
Cannon. I mean, and the rest is history. Brandon right now is at the top of his game. Look for a title shot to come in 2026 from any of the big names out there. I mean, he could possibly be sharing the ring with Errol Spence, Virgil Ortiz. There's a lot of names that are being thrown his way, and Mark's just sitting back and he's going to navigate the rest of his career and make the best decisions. So, watching what he does with his fighters, is there an excitement there? Is there how can I say it? I know there's an excitement there, but is there a certain level where he's as if to say, hey, I know I'm ready, and when I'm ready, he's going to take me to that level that's international level where the whole world of masses can see my talent as I display it under his management.
Oh yeah, of course, of course I was tuned in also for that Canelo Crawford card, and I also met Brandon back
Nice guy.
in
Brandon's a super nice guy.
yeah, super cool guy, like you see him on social media, but meeting him in person, he is a cool guy, really funny, down to earth guy. Also super, he works hard, he's disciplined, and that work
Yes.
shows off.
Freak of nature too. His workouts and when he does his push-ups, a freak of nature.
Oh yeah, that dude's a beast. That dude's a beast, and seeing him succeed and seeing his last performance as well was
Yes.
great to see. I'm excited to see what he does, and also seeing how he is being managed and how he is being pushed with Mark. That just shows me and gives me more confidence to know that hey, I keep my head down, I keep working, keep training, doing my part, and I know that he'll do his.
Well, you spoke about your early days playing soccer. Ronaldo was a soccer player that inspired you, an inspiration. Who inspires you in the sport of boxing? And is it more than one fighter? And who is it? Is it someone new now? Who did it start off with? Tell us, who did you watch and say, man, I'm really digging what they're doing?
Yeah, for me, so I'm a Filipino American. So of course it's got to be Manny Pacquiao. When I was young, all my family, anytime Pacquiao fights on, there we were tuned in. Now that started to get a little bit older, I did my own research on him, watched any and all documentaries from just on his come up, and seeing he came from the absolute bottom to now where he is. That gives me a lot of hope and gives me a more push. To I didn't come from the exact same background as him. If he was able to push it and make it out from a struggle and from almost poverty, what's
Yeah.
stopping me from pushing when I live in a good situation? I have food on my table, I have a roof over my head, I have all the support. So for that, knowing that, and seeing where it says somebody like Pacquiao, where he came from nothing and amounted to so much success, that gives me a big push, and to know that if he could do it from there, I can do it from where I'm at and where my shoes are at.
Hey, when you talk about great Filipino fighters, man, there's a whole stable. I also like German Cajas, Pretty Boy. He's also a great fighter, and I think now he's at the most comfortable weight that he's been in, so he doesn't have to cut that weight anymore. And Manny Pacquiao, I mean, legendary. I mean, he's in the discussion as the greats, possibly one of the greatest who's ever put the gloves on it. If I had a dream match, I would love to see Manny Pacquiao against Roberto Duran, both in their prime. I mean, that would just be amazing.
Oh yeah, that's fireworks right there. Oh, sorry.
When you said Filipino American, brother, I thought you were Mexicano. I was about to talk to you in Spanish, man, and not that I know Spanish that well, but you got that look to you.
Yeah, that's what. Again, when I was playing soccer, I'm going over to my friends' houses, and everybody's parents are speaking Spanish to me, and I'm like, no hablo español. Sorry, but yeah, I get that a lot.
Brother, you resemble this MMA fighter. His last name's Cruz. I'm trying to remember the first name right now. Did you watch any MMA, UFC?
Oh yeah. I'm big up in the UFC. A little bit of one championship too. I maybe like Dominic. Maybe
Dominic Cruz. There you go.
Yeah. I think he's my way too. Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about then.
Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. Sadly, the only fight I really remember of him is when he fought I think his other guy's name was like Cody Garbrandt. I remember that fight.
Yeah. But Dominic has that unorthodox style, fantastic footwork, and throws punches in volumes. In his prime, he was untouchable, didn't duck anybody, and he didn't back down from anybody as far as chirping either. He held his own.
Yeah. He's a little bit before when I started getting into MMA, but I still see him even. I think maybe last year, he's chirping when Sean O'Malley was a champ. So he's like a cool guy.
Yeah, great analyst. Yeah, he does a fantastic job.
Oh yeah.
And I know all your marbles are in right now with your boxing career, and I'm excited about it. You seem very excited. The fact that you came on the show early tells me, oh man, this kid's excited. So it makes me feel good. No, but it's okay. That's good. We've had a lot of people do that, and to me, it's a compliment to what we're doing. Our platform, the Fighter's Voice, and it belongs to students of the game, young professional fighters as yourself, and that's why we came up with a platform. I originally dedicated it to my son. Every breath that comes out of my mouth, every time I'm behind the microphone, I dedicate it to my son. I bring my son up because I lost my son. And I could have went south, I could have went north, I could have went any which way, but I continue to go forward. And we came up with the name The Fighter's Voice originally because I am the original Fighter's Voice, which means I fought through adversity, which is a blessing to give this platform to all the fighters out there and the viewers and the fans and the supporters. So you're part of something special every time a guest comes on The Fighter's Voice. I believe they're truly blessed. And God's no respecter of person. So what he does for somebody, he'll do for someone else. Knowing that, and that you got a young career, you just signed a management deal with only your third professional fight, says volumes about the success that you'll be having in your career every forward step you take.
All right, I appreciate that, and for me too, it's a blessing to be here and talking with you. Just like you said, how I hopped on early, I'm just excited. I'm grateful.
That's good.
I take each day as a, opportunity to grow and take a step in the right direction to, the place I want to be one day. And even talking with you right now, hearing your story as well, that's inspiring me too. That pushes me to even want to show, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful to talk right now with you. And then, later on when I'm a world champion, I'll be able to say, hey, I appreciate Richard. I appreciate the boxing voice. I appreciate all you guys.
The Fighter's Voice.
Sorry.
It's okay, but hey, you know what? But it's okay. Shout out to the boxing voice. I know them too. I get that a lot. When I went to Vegas, they you know what? One person called me, "Oh, the Fighter's Choice." I said, "No, it's the Fighter's Voice," but I like that. That sound had a little ring to it. I like that. That sounds good too.
Yeah, do you guys have any merch or anything too? Like some hats, some
Yeah,
t-shirts, anything?
actually, we do. We got some hoodies and some T-shirts, man. I got to hook you up, man. I got to make sure that your next training camp you're keeping warm, man, because it's getting cold out there, and I got to
Oh
have you
yeah.
rock the hats and everything that we have.
Yeah, I'd
Um,
love to rock you guys and post you all up on my Instagram, my social media, let all my people know.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, definitely. I'll send you some merch, man. Get you down there, and got to make it happen for you.
Right.
I'm thinking about, well, and even when you got your fight shirts, let me know. I'll rock them, and I give you my word, because I'm gonna be honest with you. People give me stuff, and a lot of stuff just goes everywhere, or I'll give it away to the kids because I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, look at my sponsor. This is my sponsor right here. I took the logo off because I'm not gonna advertise somebody for free.
Hey, that's real though. That's real. I get it. Yeah.
Right now, my sponsor is me, South I, and our producer and our engineer. They believe in the fighter's voice. They know the levels that it's going to go to. I mean, just think, I have you on today, and in the first week of December, I'm going to have Eddie Hearn on. And we had Deontay Wilder on. We've had the Who's Who on, Sam Watson. We've had Mark. We got Mark Kriegel coming on, and I'm not here to name drop. I'm just saying you're part of something special, and the way you see it is the way I see it. I'm proud to be your host tonight and to have you on the show as our guest. But no, as I was saying, they would give me shirts to wear their brand on there. Every once in a while, I'll do what I can, But hey, I got to keep these lights on, brother. I really do. So I work at a high school, and a lot of these kids, when they get dress coded or they wear a gang apparel or whatever, I take them and I give them those shirts, or I'll hand it out. Back in the day, I would take anything free. You give it to me, I'm wearing it, I'm rocking it. But as you get, understand the business, you're kind of picking and choosing. But if I said I'm going to rock your stuff, I'll rock your stuff and go to like a press conference and wear your shirt with my coat over it and take
Yeah,
a
I
picture.
appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if someone says, "Oh, who's that?" And I'll say, "Oh, bro, come on, you better follow him. You better hit his Instagram up. He's part
Yes,
of the
sir.
team." Because once you come
I
on the
appreciate
fighter's voice, brother, there is no turning back. You're part of the team. The
Oh
fighter's
yeah.
voice, the only
Yes,
voice that
sir.
matters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We
Love
got to
that.
hook your dad up too, man. You got to send me the sizes too. I got to hook your sister up too and your brother. We got to do it
Oh yeah, I
right.
got you. Yeah, I'll get
Matter of
their
fact, I
size
got to
too.
hook
I'll send them
Marka.
a
I didn't even
message.
give Mark a shirt yet. I think I gave Brandon the Cannon a hat, but I owe him a shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, get the whole team looking good.
Of course, man. Absolutely. You look
Yes, sir.
good, you perform good, you feel good, man. And there's that confidence.
Yeah.
And you got a good head on your shoulders. It sounds like you got a tremendous team around you. Talk to us about how your life has changed from the outside. I know there's some people that wanted to come up to you, maybe take some pictures with you, or tag you, or appreciate you by leaving comments on some of your highlight reels. How has
Yeah.
that part changed, and how has that motivated you and influenced you to continue to push forward?
Yeah, for me, so in my area, it's not much of a boxing scene out here. Before we started doing this all, there was not much boxing, and so now that we're setting the foundation for it, we're setting that
Absolutely.
foundation for the boxing community out here in the 805. Paso Robles especially is where my gym is located at. It's cool. It's you always see the kids from the high school coming up and saying, "Oh, you're the boxer, right? You're the boxer." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Trying to take pictures. And then just seeing our gym grow, especially, is a huge, huge compliment. And seeing all these kids saying that they want to train with me, they want to spar with me, can I help them? And that's just a huge, huge inspiring factor for me. It makes me want to train, want to push myself harder. And seeing everything on my social media as well. Some good,
Yeah.
some bad. Also, you always see the negatives on social media too. But both the negatives and the positives, it pushes me. It pushes me to prove everybody's supporting me right and show them, hey, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this from this bottom area of where we're all at, and show everybody if I can do it, you can too. And anything, not even just
Yeah.
boxing. Anything you set your mind to, you work hard, set your head right on the right path, especially you can do it. And that's what I'm trying to show everybody. So it's a
Well, you
good
know what?
feeling.
My whole thing is, when they say good things, they say bad things. But you know what? Everybody has their own mindset. Everybody has their agreements or disagreements. You got to remember, I'm not sure how many NFL teams there is out there, or basketball teams, or baseball teams, and every single team has different fans, which means not everybody likes the same thing. Can you imagine how boring it would be? I mean,
Oh, that's true.
you know,
That's a good point of
they're
view.
going
I
to
didn't
say
think about it like
things,
that too. Yeah.
and all they're going to do is, just know if they said something, they're watching you. They don't know it, but they're already MVP of being a fan. They're already there. They're a follower, a supporter because they made a comment.
Yes, sir. That's true. I mean, hey, any attention is good attention. You know, all eyes are eyes. So
No, that's
no, I
good.
like
As long as they don't go shoot and make a video about you, and if they do, it better be positive. There's no
that.
time for negative stuff like that, childish stuff like that. You just move
Yeah,
forward,
exactly.
take that step, and keep doing you. And you know what? If someone says something negative, say, you know, what's your address, brother? Let me send you a shirt.
Like kill him with kindness. I like that.
Absolutely, kill them with kindness, man. That's the way you do it, you know.
Yes, sir.
But you know, I'm looking forward to that fight. I want to see you in action. You know, I'm not your host where I have you on the show and I don't make every attempt possible to try to see some of our guests. I cannot make it to all of them, but there's some, and you're one of them. I'm already feeling it that I've told my team, hey, you know what? We got to go. I got to go see this kid, or I got to go see her perform, or I got to be there. It doesn't matter. I got to go. I got to get in there, get a credential, go cover the fight. Maybe hit a mark or something, man, because I want to go cover your fight. I want to check you out. I want to watch you get down, man.
Yeah, yeah. Hit up Mark. I'm guaranteeing you now. I know it's like 4 weeks out, but hey, if
Okay,
you come out, I'll definitely put on a show for you. I'll definitely put on a show for
absolutely,
everybody out there and all your people too. And yeah,
absolutely.
I'm grateful for to even hear that too. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope you can make it out there and you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed.
No, I just know that I won't. And you know what? You also look, I'm gonna be honest with you right now too, man. You look a little bit like Manny Pacquiao's son too. Has anybody ever told you that?
I haven't heard that. No, no.
Yeah, because I'm looking at you right now, and I remember watching the poster because he was supposed to make his debut on his dad's main event, his last fight, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. I think because maybe Manny wanted to be there, close to him, when he made his
Mm.
professional debut. So, you know, they say all
Yeah, that,
Mexicanos look alike. Maybe all Filipinos look alike. You know, it's in the blood. It's a good
yeah, yeah.
bloodline, man. One of the
No,
best in the
yeah.
world, I think.
I agree. If you saw my grandma too, you'd think she's like 30 years old. You know, so hopefully
Oh wow,
when I'm 60-ish around there, hopefully I still
yeah.
look young. You know.
Hey man,
That's,
it's in the bloodline. Iron sharpens iron, man. So it's there. It's in the mix right
yeah.
now. And see, you know what the cool part is? I accidentally, I called Mark today, a butt call. So I'm glad he didn't answer because I was like, oh, dude, man, I didn't mean to call him. Because, you know, like it's the last person you text or they're on there and you accidentally do it.
Yeah. Yeah. This
As
pops
we're
up.
talking and doing this show, he's probably making phone calls right now or sending emails out and negotiating your next 5 fights, probably. I mean, that's the way that man works. That's the way, you know, he sleeps with one eye open. He's constantly on the job. He's constantly trying to improve, not just his platform, you know, at Fight Book, giving, you know, cut man professional fighters and whoever's in the boxing atmosphere an opportunity to be seen and to be noticed and to be marketed and shopped around. He's constantly moving. So I think he made a great decision and signing with Mark Habibi.
Yeah. Thank you. And I agree. You know, it's been tomorrow will be 1 week since the signing, and he's already getting that ball rolling. You know,
Yeah,
you can feel it immediately within the first day, 2 days. You know, so
yeah.
feeling that,
I
seeing
saw
that.
that too. I saw that signing because he tagged me on a lot of stuff. So I started looking and I was going, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I try to shop some fighters around him, Mark.
Mm.
And he said, well, I'm not really signing fighters right now. So if he signed you, that means he made an exception. That means he sees something in you. He saw something in you, and now he brought you into his circle, into his family. Because I remember mentioning to him some names of some fighters here in my area, undefeated top fighters that have performed on Top Rank, that have performed on Golden Boy. And he just said, Richard, right now, I'm not doing that right now at that moment. But
Yeah.
you certainly caught his attention. So that's something to be proud of. Let your team know, let your dad know, and they're going to watch the show and they're going to know. So he sees something special in you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, and definitely grateful for to sign and be a part of such a great team as well. I know the sky's the limit, not only for myself but for Mark, the whole team. So we're ready to get going in 4 weeks.
How far do you live from Long Beach?
Long Beach for me is actually a little bit of a drive. I think it's
Oh,
just
okay.
about yeah, it's
Okay.
just about like 3 hours for me actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so a
I
little
mean,
bit of a drive, but
yeah. But I'm telling you this just in case, man. November 15th, Long Beach, California, man. Marv Nation Promotions, Marv Nation, the only nation that matters, along with Modest Promotions. They're putting on a great fight card November 15th, Long Beach, California. Thunder Studios, live on the Zone. The Fighter's Voice will be in the house as well. And he puts on a great card. And I mentioned that because in case you happen to be around that area, maybe we can, link up or say what's up, say hello. But I'll be patient and I'll wait for your card to come the 21st, which is like about a week after. Yeah. We'll make it happen, man. I want to make sure it's the 15th. I better look that up. Is it the 15th? Yeah, it is the 15th. Is it the 15th? Yes. I'm getting my producer saying, yes, it is the 15th.
Yeah.
But no, he puts on a great card. And absolutely, Mark's going to be there because I think he's one of the sponsors out there because I always see his logo, on the fight poster and what have you. So, Mark's everywhere. You see, one time he's in Vegas. Now I'm hearing he's going to Dubai. I'm hearing he's traveling everywhere. And, he's doing his thing, man. And, I always go to bat for special promoters and special managements that are true to who they are, and they're true to every word they say. And Marv Nation's one of them. Also, shout out to Big Dog, Bare Knuckle Boxing, Big LeVar, Ralph, George. These guys are partners in Bare Knuckle Boxing. Some of the coolest promoters you'll ever meet, down to earth. They're starting Big Dog Bare Knuckle Boxing, and they've already had their 4th event. Their 5th one is going to be in 2026. And, there's so much I want to say, but they gave me the gag order where I really can't say too much. But I will say this. Sky is the limit. Remember the name, Big Dog Bare Knuckle Boxing. It's taking over, and they're not asking permission. They're taking over because they are in God's hands. When you're in God's hands, hey, you got to remember, God's undefeated. Never lost anything in his life.
Exactly. Got to preach it. Exactly.
Yep. So as I share the love, if I tell you about the people that I admire that are in my corner, that are in my circle, I'm going to do the same thing for you too, brother. I really am. It's easy to have a guest say, okay, I wish you well. I'll talk to you in about another 2 or 3 years. No, I got your cell number now, and I'm going to stay in contact. You continue to update me. Make sure you send me an address so I can send some gear out there. And right now, the platform is yours. Let everybody know, where can we follow you? What's your Instagram? I mean, what's your Twitter? What's your Facebook? How can we follow you and support you?
Yeah, for everybody, just check me out on all social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Everything is just at JJ Subia. So hard to get it wrong. Just my nickname JJ and Subia, SUBIA.
Subia.
You'll see everything posted up about me. And I appreciate that. Hopefully we'll get some t-shirts going. We'll send it out to you and your team as well.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to stop there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a sponsor and you want to help out a young boxer, professional boxer, we could always use sponsors, that'll help him during that fight week where he could take that week off and just focus just on the boxing. Feel free to contact him on his Instagram or reach out to the Fighter's Voice. I'll forward everything over to his team. I'll forward it over to Mark. So if you're a sponsor and you want to be represented on his trunks or on his T-shirts or a shout out or, it's a great investment. You cannot go wrong. Your company will be mentioned. It will be named not only on his shorts and his T-shirt, but also the Fighter's Voice will also support his journey as he continues to move forward. Sponsors are always needed. It's a LLC. It's a tax write-off, and you're investing in a young man's professional career. And, if you can't get a hold of him, reach out to the Fighter's Voice or Fight Book and let them know that you want to sponsor the next featherweight champion of the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to, man? The stage is yours, my man.
Yeah, shout out everybody out here in California, everybody out in Long Beach. If you guys are in the area, 4 weeks, November 21st, you guys gotta come check me out. Won't be disappointed. 3rd knockout, 3-0, 3 KOs is coming on the way. And soon enough, you guys are gonna be hearing about me. Wait till I get one of the top 10 top names coming, and we're making noise real quick. World title within 5 years, guarantee that. So, but shout out to everybody out here in the 805, Paso Robles, Santa Maria. Love you guys, Oxnard, everybody. It's gonna be a world champion in the making right now, and I appreciate everybody's support. If anybody wants to sponsor me as well, appreciate all the love. This is just the beginning. So I can't wait. I can't wait for the future.
For those sponsors, let them know your Instagram once again, so they can reach out to you directly.
Yeah. So my Instagram is at JJ Subia. Yeah, send me a DM, send me an email. My email is also on there. So yeah, just hit me up. Let me know. I'd appreciate it. 4 weeks out today. Yeah, ready to go. Appreciate all the love, all the help, even a kind message. All of that goes a long way for me. So,
And all you sponsors out there that step up and sponsor my man right here, it's a great return. It's not going to be those, oh, I want to thank my sponsor, and that's it, and you don't ever see him here again. It's a great return on your investment, trust me, because he's going to blast your company. He's going to represent your company as professionally as possible. He brings professional boxing to its finest, so it's a great investment. So make sure you do that. And while you're doing that, also subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/thefightersvoice. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you. And I want to thank our sponsor right here that you're looking at it right here, the Fighter's Voice water right here. So you can get it. It's all over the world. But this water it comes with a voice. So we appreciate all the followers, the fans, and the supporters. And that's a joke, by the way. Don't take it personal or think it's this or that. Because you got to remember, bro, people take things so freaking personal, man. And I was about to delete this person that kind of went back and forth. But my shout out to my friend Big Bill goes, no, Richard, don't delete them. They want you to delete them. It makes it easy. But it's all good, man. It's all good. We're all chasing the same goal. I wish everybody nothing but success. I want them to be. Ali Setback told me one time. I said, Ali, you're an inspiration. He goes, no. He goes, and I said, I would like to. I don't know what I said, but he said, no, Richard, I want be better than me. He goes, I want you to be better than me. And he told me this the very first time that I met him, and I consider him a friend. And I don't hate on Ali. Ali, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't care if media gets mad or not. Ali's the GOAT. When it comes to social media, Ali's been there, done that. So, and he's doing a fantastic job. There's a lot of great media out there. There really is. And when they get a credential, they cover the events. They really do. Because when you have media out there, they'll send content. They'll put it on their page. But you also got media that'll go get a credential and they sit back, Joe, and they watch the fight eating nachos. They never post anything. Or they'll take selfies of a fighter they met. Where's the interviews at? Where's the content at? If I'm sponsoring you, mention my company. Don't just wear a thing that's round on your microphone, or don't just wear a t-shirt. Mention the company. Be true to who you are. And that's what differs me from other media. And whenever a sponsor comes around, I dedicate myself to them. I gave them more than they asked for, just like you're going to do for all these fans. When that bell rings, ladies and gentlemen, expect fireworks, expect style. My man has that it factor about him. He has that hard work ethic. He's in good hands with a great promotion and management company. He comes from a boxing family. So I suggest you follow him, support him, and support him by just don't call him and say, can I have free tickets? Go to his fight. And if you don't believe me, attend the fight, because I plan on doing my best to be there. I don't want to just be about it and say, hey, bro, send me a video of that fight. I want to be there. I want to be there to cover his fight.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, everybody else too. Come out. Right when you hear that bell ring, don't blink. That's all I can say. Don't blink. My first two fights only lasted 2 minutes each, so definitely quick work, and hopefully this time it'll we're looking for a good result. Another explosive fight. So
hey, he just said don't blink, and if you do, that's on you. You missed it. Don't blink. Don't blink. Put some gum in your mouth so your breath don't stink. But don't blink. Now, this is the best part of the show right here. This is the wrap right here. So I want to thank our guest, JJ. I'm going to call you JJ because that's what they call you, Joseph. SUBIA Jr. Do you go by Joe or Joseph?
Joseph, but everybody calls me JJ.
Okay. Well, I'll get on that wagon and call you JJ as well. Not only after your fight, I want to have you back on the show so we could do a recap and we could talk about that fight and what took place and what was displayed and what we could work on and, what steps are next in your life,
Yeah, I love that. I appreciate that. It's been a great time talking with you. I can feel the energy even just through the screen. I'm excited to meet you too one day in person.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I look forward to it too, man. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I want to thank our guest, JJ, who 2-0, 2 knockouts, fights November 21st, Long Beach, California, Thunder Studios, managed by Mark Habibi. He's in good hands. As always, I'm your host, Richard Ortiz. It's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
It's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard Ortiz, the special guests, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.